Unmute myself.
All right. All right. Welcome, everybody. We have a lot of new faces on here tonight. I love it. My name is Jessica, and we have Deidre and Trista on with us tonight as well. And we are just so excited for this. I was thinking back about, when I started this business almost, it's getting close now to 3 years ago. And I had very little social media knowledge. Honestly, I was a social media stalker. I was a Facebook stalker. Like, I very rarely posted anything. I didn't have any, I don't even think I had an Instagram account. I had 200 Facebook friends. So when I started this, I had no idea what I was doing. So when it just dawned on me one day, like, you know what? I feel like sometimes we just assume that everybody knows what they're doing. Like, everybody knows when we say expand your network, what that means, or how to post. And I know that that's not true, because I remember getting started and being like, I do what? Say that again. So tonight we want to just simplify social media as much as we possibly can. Please do not hop off tonight without asking us any questions that you have. If you look on your phone or down at the bottom of your screen, there's a little chat icon. If you have any questions as we're going along, please ask us, or if you just want to unmute yourself and ask a question. There's no dumb questions. This is all, to learn and just get back to basics. So feel free to type it in there or just ask a question. I know social media can be a little bit intimidating. And to be perfectly honest with you, I almost did not join this business because I didn't want to be one of those people. So if that is your feeling starting out, like, oh gosh, I want to do this, but I'm a little bit nervous. What are people going to think? I understand, because I was one of those people too. And I know Trista was as well. I remember when I got started, I said something to Trista that she had actually also said to Brittany Landrum, which was, I don't want to be one of those people. I don't know how much I'm going to post. And Trista said something to me that Brittany had said to her, which was, okay, this is your business. There are many ways to run it. You can run it however you want. But Jessica, let me ask you a question. If you had not been watching me post consistently and being excited about this consistently, would you be joining me right now? And the answer was simple. No. Absolutely, I would not have. So when you're working social media, we're going to talk tonight about consistency, and we're just going to talk about, getting out there and letting people follow your journey, because that is what is going to attract people to your business. So with the whole social media thing, guys, I want you to keep in your head is, pretty much everybody that now is on some sort of social media sites, right? Usually almost everybody's on Facebook or Instagram. And we all get caught in that daily scroll. What's going on in other people's lives. We love to look at people's pictures and see what's going on in other people's lives, right? So with our business in particular, what we want to do is we want to get those people to stop the scroll. We want to put something out there that's going to get them to stop their scroll and read what we have to say, okay? A lot of times that's in pictures, which Trista is going to talk to us about posting. But I want you to keep that in mind as one key thing is, what am I going to put out there that isn't like everything else that they're reading, right? Or anything else that they're seeing. With social media, guys, you have the ability to reach the masses. Back in the day when people did an in-home business, they were limited to, I'm going to have maybe an in-home party, and then I'm going to try to book a party off of that party and a party off of that party. And that's how those businesses grew, back in the day of Tupperware and Mary Kay parties and things like that. That's how that got started, right? We're lucky now that with social media, we can virtually do that, but not have to leave our own houses or not have to get off of our phones. So you're literally open to an entire world of people. Deidre tonight is going to talk to us about the importance of adding to your network. And with that, I want you to keep in mind when she talks about that, why that's so important, because we have the ability to reach people in other countries, in other states, when back in the days of, the early, in-home businesses, that was not an option. So no, you cannot ever run out of people to talk to. I promise you, it's absolutely impossible. we are now, guys, I was gonna say Instagram, that would be It Works, is now in 22 different countries, okay? It's limitless. It's totally limitless by using social media. So hang on to your hats, guys, because you got a whole lot of people to talk to. And what we're going to talk about also is the minute that you start this business, I want you to start thinking of your Facebook page or your Instagram profile as your storefront, okay? We're going to talk about positivity and not putting negative things out there. Trish is going to talk about that, and that is why, because I want you in your mind to think of your business just like any other business, okay? Sometimes I think people have a hard time kind of realizing that an online business is really not a whole lot different than opening a regular business, okay? So let's say you open a coffee shop, okay? If you only showed up at that coffee shop once a week or one every couple of days or only when there was some sort of sale going on, it would not take long for that coffee shop to get shut down. Like, you couldn't afford to keep the doors open, right? It is the same thing when you're growing a business over social media. By being consistent and posting every day and letting people follow that journey, that is how we show that our business is open, okay? So think of your business as in any other business. And when you respect it and give it that kind of attention and love, that really is going to help your business succeed, okay? Treat it like a business, and you're going to get paid like it's a business. If you treat it like a hobby, you're going to get paid like it's a hobby. So I want you to go into it with that mindset, okay? Consistency, guys. Consistency is number one, okay? If you ask me how a girl from a small town in Indiana who had a very small network, who was very shy and very intimidated to start a business like this, how I have seen success, it is consistency. I have not missed one single day in almost 3 years of showing that my business was open, but also just staying excited and showing that. You guys, you have your hands on something absolutely magical. Absolutely limitless and incredible, okay? And I think once you realize that and you let that excitement keep you going every day, that's what brings people in, okay? People want to be a part of something that they can be proud of. They want to show something. They want to be a part of something that is exciting and is going to bring some fun and friendships into their life. That is huge, you guys. That is so huge. If I was thinking about, how am I going to make some extra money, and, something just happened in my life, how can I bring in some extra income? I know that those people a lot of times are going to come to me. Why? Because they know that I am here every day, that I take my business seriously, that I love this business, and there is zero doubt in anybody's mind that I am fanatical about It Works and my It Works team. And that will help your success so much, okay? So consistency every single day. Take it seriously, like I said, and you're going to get paid seriously. It's consistent and persistent action compounded over time, guys. That's what leads to success, okay? Consistent, persistent action compounded over time is what is going to lead to your success. Now, when you're getting started in a social media-based business, guys, I want you to remember that Rome was not built in one day. Okay. It is easy to get in and be like, okay, oh my gosh, here we go. I'm going to put my first post out, or I'm going to get my post out for the first week. And then you're like, crickets, right? Like, oh, nobody's interested. Oh my gosh, nobody's supporting me. Oh my gosh, what do I do? Maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'm a complete failure. You guys, I hear it all the time. And I promise you, you're not. You are not a failure. Rome was not built in a day. And you have to know going into this that you are people are going to follow you, okay? How many friends do you have that are currently selling something or have sold something? A lot, right? So why would those people that are following you or their friends on Facebook, why would they think you are any different? Because most often than not, I think it's over 80% of the time, people only give a business like this about 6 weeks. Does that blow your mind? 6 weeks. Okay. And then they're like, okay, because I didn't make $1 million overnight. I'm out. Right. And for some reason, people have this mindset with a multi-level marketing business that if I don't get rich really super fast, then it isn't going to work for me. Okay. Absolutely not true. It is consistent and persistent action over time that's going to make you a wealthy individual, that's going to give you your freedom of time. So I want you to know going in that you may get a lot of no's and you may get a lot of non-responses. Okay. Even to this day, so do I. But here is the cool thing, guys. Even people that were not interested in the beginning, or maybe people that were like, Jess, what are you doing? Have you lost your mind? Or who just outright said, nope, not doing it. Okay. Now, almost 3 years into the business, I can tell you that a lot of those people are now on my team. A lot of those people are now my loyal customers. And if not, a lot of those people are some of my biggest cheerleaders because now they get it. Okay. It is our job to show people how amazing this company is, how incredible this team is, and what they're missing out on. And that's what we can do over social media if we work it correctly. Okay. Hang on one second. Let me see, if I had a question. Okay, perfect question. I know consistency is important, but I don't know what to post. Perfect, because Trista's going to go up in a minute and she's going to talk all about that. Yes. Okay. So, and Deidre said, as far as keeping it as posting, keep it real, talk about your hobbies and your family. It works. Yes. Watching other distributors and seeing how they would post. Perfect. Yep. Absolutely. Trista's going to talk to us about that. But yes, like I said, just let people watch you and don't get discouraged if they don't get it right away or if they're not interested right away. Okay. Because they will at some point. The vast majority of people that follow you and that watch you at some point or another are going to join you, and they're going to join somebody. Okay. In the world that we live in today, most people are looking for an extra source of income. Okay. So if they're going to join somebody, why not you? Okay. Because what I've seen happen, guys, over and over and over and over again is somebody that had watched their friend for a really long time, and then that friend quit. But then all of a sudden, this friend that's been following along and is finally ready to say yes ends up joining with somebody else. Okay. And that stinks because you might have put in all that work, right? You let them follow you. Maybe you messaged them, maybe you followed up, and then you gave up too quick. So then all of a sudden that friend joins somebody else. And I see it happen all the time. So just dig your heels in, plant your feet, get excited about what you have on. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon, and we're ready to go. And we're so ready to teach you guys how to work this. Okay. So we are going to hop over to Trista. Let me unmute you, Trista. And Trista is going to talk to us about posting, the do's, the don'ts, how to do it, all of it. Again, if you have questions, type it in the comments. Go for it, Trista.
Hi, you guys. I'm excited to be on here tonight. I'm staying at my in-laws. We're in the process of moving, and the internet here is kind of shady. So if I cut in and out, somebody start waving your hands or let me know. But prior to ItWorks, I was a lot like Jess, you guys. I was a social media stalker. I got on Facebook. I didn't even have Instagram, but I got on Facebook just to see what was going on in people's lives. I never posted. So you guys, I get not knowing what to do. That was me. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, and don't feel like you have to know everything before you can get started, because you absolutely don't. I look back now at my posts that I made in the very beginning, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I posted that picture. I can't believe I said that. But you guys, the number one thing it boils down to is excitement. It is not anything else. It is your excitement, your consistency. People can tell if you're just kind of putting something out there or if you really feel it. So I can promise you, if you are excited about this, the rest will come. You'll figure it out as we go. So don't be overwhelmed by what we go over tonight, because it can be overwhelming, but we're going to give you the very basics tonight just to get started. A couple things before we get started, I wanted to tell you guys, sorry, I'm also sick, so my voice might be going out as well. But some apps that I think are honestly like they're lifesavers. They just make your life a lot easier. So the first one is Pick Tap Go, and that is what we use to edit our pictures. Like Jess said, when you're posting on social media, your goal is to get somebody to stop and read what you have to say. And the best way to do that is to have a pretty eye-catching picture. So Pick Tap Go is what you can get really bright pictures, and you can change the filter, and you can do black and white, or you can just make your pictures look really pretty. Word Swag is the app that you can download to add words to pictures. And then PicsArt is another one that I think a lot of us use to, like, when we get when we sign a customer and we put the email on the picture of whatever we're doing at that time, most of us use PicsArt for that. If you're not super tech savvy, that's okay. Get them downloaded and just play around with them. You can't screw anything up. So they definitely will make your life a lot easier. So, okay, so that's kind of that. And I know Jess said this, but I'm going to go over like kind of just the real basis of do's and don'ts of posting. Your page is now your business page, and you have to treat it like that. So there are some things with that we really want to keep off of our page. You guys just keep it positive. Like, if you have a bad day, like, that's okay. We all have bad days. It just doesn't need to be on your social media at this point. It does no good for your business. It doesn't put positivity out in the world. So just keep negativity off of your page. That's like the number one rule. Profanity, anything controversial. We all have things that, like, you want to get on there and you want to say, like, oh, I can't believe so-and-so did this, or whatever's going on in the world. Just keep controversies, politics. Like, I stay away from politics like it's my job, because it is. That is not what you want your social media page. You want your social media page to be uplifting and positive and inspiring, so that when people come to it, they leave better than they were before they got there. So just make sure you keep it super positive, super clean. I really, really recommend that you keep shares to an absolute minimum. I will share something maybe once a month, and that is, I usually don't share stuff. Shares, they bog down your page. People want to see you when they come to your page. They don't want to see something that somebody else wrote, and that you're just sharing. They want to know what's going on in Jess's life, what's going on in Wendy's life, what's going on in Megan's life. They do not want to see shares. Now, I know a lot of people, like, I love to look up like workouts online. Share them to your messenger or share them to somewhere else so that you can keep track of them, but do not share them to your page, because it will bog down your timeline. And we are all about getting exposure on our page, and shares. So Facebook wants it to be relational. And so they want it to be like this back and forth relationship that you have with people. Shares are not that. Shares do nothing to build a relationship. They do nothing to show like genuine interest in something. And so it will kill your algorithm, and it'll make everything else from being able to be seen on people's timelines. So I really, really recommend that you do not share stuff. If you do it, just keep it to a super minimum, like no more than once a week, once or twice a month, like at most. So overall, when you're looking at your page, I kind of have like a 3-swipe rule. I want people to know, like, what is Jess about? When they go to Jess's page, they should be able to tell within 3 swipes what Jess generally is about. She's a mom. She loves it, works. Like, that's sprinkled in there. That's not like, it's not blasted everywhere, but you see Jess's life. So I recommend, like, go to somebody's page that you admire. Maybe you don't know yet in the business, like, who you look up to or who inspires you. But go to Jess's page, or go to my page, go to Deidre's page, go to somebody's page and just kind of do the 3-swipe rule and see what you get from their page. And then think about that as it kind of translates to yours. What do you want people to think of when they think of you? So for me, like, I'm a mom. I love to work out. I'm super into fitness. I do it. Like, I love it. It works. I'm so passionate about it. It works. And I love Jesus. Like, that's what I want people to get from my page when they go to it. And so I'm kind of thinking about that every single time I post. I'm and I know Jess is going to talk about branding yourself a little bit, so I won't go too super into that, but you really want to be like thinking, what would this post make somebody feel? people buy things based off feelings. People hate to be sold to, but they love to buy. So our goal is to make them feel something so that they want what we have. People buy us before they ever buy a product or they ever buy the business opportunity. So make sure you kind of are thinking that, and you're not just throwing something out just to throw something out. Like, don't just post to post. Don't post spammy things. Post something that would like talk to you when you were, if you were just rolling on somebody's feed. Okay. So that's kind of that. I have notes because I also took cold medicine, so I didn't want to be like, getting totally off topic. So for specific things to post, there are 2 pages that we have that I think are super helpful for you guys. The first one is signing loyal customers and distributors. If you're not in it, your upline can add you, or I can add you, Jess can add you. We can all add you. But that page specifically has probably 1,000 post ideas in it. All the leaders kind of came together, and like if you click on, there's like cleanse, and then in the comments there's like 27 different posts that you can make about the cleanse. Or there's business opportunity. There's one for every single product, for promos when they come out. All the leaders go in and they put some great posts. And with that, you guys, people still want to see you, and they know like Trista wouldn't say that. Why the heck is it saying Trista doesn't talk like that. Make sure when you use a post that it still sounds like you. Change the words, use some different emojis, make it yours, but they're great to kind of get the general layout of the post, especially before you really get into how do I post? How do I word this? What do I say? Signing loyal customers and distributors. That's that page name. And then we also have a page called First 25 Posts, which again is just kind of like the generally the first 25 business posts that you can use. And you guys, when you are thinking about your page, you're not just talking it works. Like, you're living your life and sharing your life with little sprinkles of it works worked in. But you have to make product posts and you have to make business posts because it's a business. People aren't going to join if you're not talking about it. Like, that is what it is. So you have to actually talk about the products and you have to actually talk about the business, but you don't want to be spammy. You still want to just share you and your life and what's going on with you. And people buy you before they ever buy a product. So, okay. So for specifically signing loyal customers, there's several different kind of posts that you can make. Number one thing that will get you customers is your personal testimony. That is the biggest tool that you have. So I don't care if you've been in a week, a day, like, get some products, you guys. Get started on the products. You don't have to try everything. Just try one. When I started, Brittany makes fun of me all the time because I legit posted a selfie of me and my greens every single day on the way to work for like the first 3 months in the business. But you know what? I sold a ton of greens. It was my number one selling product. It probably still is, because I was excited about it and people saw me using the product. It's kind of like, you go to a restaurant and you get a meal that you're raving about. You're like, oh my gosh, that was the best meal I ever took or I ever ate. Like, you just naturally tell people about it because you're so excited about it and you loved it. Our product should be the exact same way. So get a product, get started on it, and share that. Selfies with your products, your coffee mug in the morning. If keto coffee is like the easiest thing to sell, you guys, it's freaking coffee that helps you burn weight. Like, who doesn't want that? So get some keto coffee. You can also give out samples. It's just a great product to start with. So get a product. Your personal testimony is going to help you sign customers more than anything else. Before and afters will help you get customers. So before and afters are an amazing tool. Don't overdo them though. I try to post like a before and after once every day, once every other day. Get your personal before and afters quickly, you guys. Again, your personal testimony is what's going to sell products faster than anything. So get some hair, skin, and nails, or if you want to lose weight, lose some weight. But get your personal before and afters as quickly as you can. But in the meantime, use other people's before and afters. You can use any before and afters that are corporate approved. You hear me? Corporate approved before and afters only. I know you will see some people that do not post corporate approved before and afters. I got an email from compliance today about somebody not using corporate approved before and afters. It's not worth it. Don't risk it. It protects us. It protects your business. Like, make sure you're using corporate approved before and afters, and use a variety of before and afters, you guys. Like, people may not be interested in a product, or they may not be interested in the wrap or the hair, skin, and nails until they see somebody that looks like them on a before and after. So make sure that you're sharing kind of a variety of before and afters. You will see the word product tester a lot. So we'll do like product tester posts. If there are a ton of these in the Signing Loyal Customers and Distributors page, if you follow the leaders, they post these a lot. But product tester posts, they'll say like, looking for 90-day product testers. That will, 90 days is loyal customers. So you kind of open up that conversation about getting loyal customers when you're looking for 90-day product testers. But a lot of those have like, I'm looking for somebody to grow their hair out, somebody to lose weight, somebody who needs better sleep. So it's just a great way to get kind of some leads on loyal customers. You guys, going live, I know it's terrifying, but going live about the products is an incredible way. Honestly, like every single time we go live, making a shake or making our keto coffee or making our ketones or whatever, we get a customer every single time we do it. Like, go live. It is one of the best tools you have to build your business. Post to post and polls, we're going to go over in a little bit. But guys, don't feel like you have to know everything about every product before you start posting about them, because you don't. Pick a couple, start with those, really learn those. And I know a lot of people will recommend like, do one product for a week, post about that product, and then the next week go to a new product. You can totally do that. I know a lot of people have success with that. So that's totally fine as well, but you have to post about the products in order to get customers. That's how you get customers. So, okay, now signing distributors. I love this business so much and what it does for people, that I constantly like, I'm just sharing my life, and all the time, like, it's just, it is so interwoven into what we do. Like, it's not like, here's the business, here's my life. It is like, you can't separate the two. And that's really what you want to kind of strive for. So I want you to think about, what was your enroller posting about that made you want to join? Was it money? Was it friends? Was it, she's just talking about all these amazing products? What was it that she was doing that caught your interest? Was she, just sharing, she's able to sign customers at the park, or she's able to work this business from her cell phone anytime she wants. Like, what was it that she was posting about that made you join? And then I want you to start posting about it. I feel like a lot of times, like, people, like, they get in their head about talking about the opportunity, and it doesn't have to be that complicated. It's not that deep. We get to work our business from our cell phone. Like, share that. That's freaking awesome. One of the biggest tools that you have for signing distributors is telling your story. And I know a lot of you are thinking, well, I don't really have a story. I just got started. You absolutely have a story. Maybe you're working full time and you want to be able to go down to part time, or maybe you want to completely retire, or you just want to take your family on a vacation. Whatever that is, whatever your goal is, whatever you're striving for, share that with people. I know it can be kind of scary, and you're like, it gets all scary. Don't let it be scary. Like, let that inspire you, because it's going to inspire other people as well. But do not feel like you have to have this big, success story, or be making all this kind of money before you can start saying like, hey, I'm Jessica Harsha, and I am, this is why I joined. Like, you just want to get it out there, because that's what people relate to. Show every single success. I can't tell you like how important this is, and it feels so redundant when you do it. But you guys, every time you sign a customer, post about it. Every time you sign a distributor, every time you have a phone call, every time you're on a Zoom, like, you have to be sharing that. And I know it feels like I say the same thing over and over and over. I'm at the park signing a customer again. But you guys, people want to know that one, people want what we have. They don't want to join a business where they don't think it's, people want it. People need to know that people want what we have, because what we have is incredible. So share when you get those customers, share when you get distributors, share when you get your free product, you guys. That is so huge. You get $100 in free product when you get your 4 customers. Share that. Like, celebrate everything and make a huge deal out of it. Like, be so excited, like over the top excited about it, because it catches people's attention. Like I said, it doesn't really matter what you say. If you say it super excited, it catches people's attention. So just be excited about what you have your hands on and share it with people. That's where like PicsArt comes in really handy, the app PicsArt, because if I sign a customer while I'm at Ellie's softball game, I'm going to take a picture of Ellie on the baseball field and screenshot the email saying I got a loyal customer. And I'm going to say, how incredible is this, that I get to make an extra income for my family. I get to help this person, with their health and wellness goals. And I don't have to miss a minute as a mom. Like, people want that. They want the ability to make an income without having to miss time with their family. So the big thing I would say is people are watching. I know a lot of times you're like, but nobody's liking anything and nobody's interacting and nobody's doing whatever. People are watching. I have people reach out to me all the time that have never liked a single post, who have never commented on anything. Actually, I had never commented or liked a single post that Brittany made until she made one video one day, and I just happened to click on it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need what she has. But I had never, ever interacted with her whatsoever. So I want you to know people are watching you. Don't get discouraged if you're not getting a ton of like what you think is activity, because people are watching. They're watching to see, just like Jess said, they're watching to see if you stick with it. Are you going to, flake out in a week, or are you still going to be there in 3 years when they're finally ready? You never ever know. So how you overlay the pic. So if you take the picture, get it edited. I usually use like PicTapGo to edit it so that it looks super pretty. And then I screenshot the email. And then when you actually go into PicsArt, you'll pick the main picture, and then it'll say like add photo, and you can add photo, and you just overlay the email right on top of it. It's super simple. She probably just typed that out, and I'm on my phone, so I can't. So I don't know.
I'm glad we're on the same page, because I typed out the exact thing.
Perfect. So now you've heard it and you've read it. You should be good to go. But you guys, just don't overcomplicate it. Like, just share you. People want to see you. They don't want to be sold to. They just want to see like what's going on in Megan's life. What is it that she's so excited about? Just share you, the best version of you, the most positive version of you that there is. Like, just constantly put that out there and be excited, and know that what you have your hands on, you're not posting for the people who get annoyed, okay? Like, hear that. You are not posting for them. You're posting for people like you and people like me who needed this opportunity and whose life will be changed by this opportunity. So don't get annoyed if people make a crappy, people will make statuses like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she's doing that. Who cares? Let it go. Like, in a year from now, they're going to be knocking on your door to join your team. So just know that. And just let it go. You're posting for people when it's their time to join. You want them to think of you. So make sure that you're putting it out there every day.
Perfect. And I think another thing too, which goes into just being yourself and having fun and being genuine and I think what you're going to find when you're in this company for long enough is that it will genuinely make you a better person. And being around people that are very, very kind and very, very giving, it rubs off on you. And I think that for me, I know that just sharing that, and just showing that part of it works that most people wouldn't know about, talk about how much they give back, and talk about, the fact that we're a Christian-based company, if that is something that's important to you. Talk about those characteristics of this company that you don't find anywhere else. The team aspect, and the fact that we truly are and feel like we're a family. And I think when you are showing that what this business is doing in your life, and you're putting it out there in a way where you're being genuine, and you are truly being genuine because you're using the products and loving them, or you're seeing what the products are doing in your family and your friends. You're excited about what this business is going to do in your life before you even see those monetary changes. When you're doing that in a way that is you're being you, and you're being genuine, people can absolutely stand behind that, And I think if you do that, you're going to be very surprised with the support that you will get. Yes, Megan, it is being recorded. Okay, so another thing too, like Trista was talking about with not feeling like you're being a bother to people by posting, right? I think if you're still in that mindset of not wanting to do that, again, like I just said, what I want you to do is I want you to really look into what It Works is all about, okay? Because if you start to realize that the products that we have, we're not selling fingernail polish here, right? We're selling products that truly improve people's quality of life, okay? I can proudly and genuinely say that because they've done it for myself. They've done it for my family and my friends, people that I don't even know, literally changing lives. So once you kind of get your mind there that like what I'm posting about, honest to God, somebody might find this today and it be like take their pain away. Or for me, get them off of their IBS medications that they were on their whole life. So really feel good about that, okay? That is never being bothersome because you can truly impact somebody's health. But also those people, like Trista said, you're posting for those people that need an opportunity. A lot of people only need an extra $200 to $500 a month extra to save themselves from bankruptcy, guys. People sometimes can't afford, not sometimes, a lot of times, can't afford common necessities like gas and diapers for their kids. We have something that can give them that, okay? And really quickly if they want to do that. So don't ever feel like what you're putting out is bothersome or annoying, because you have something that can truly impact lives. So when you really try to kind of get your mind there, I think that will help you so much with not feeling that way anymore. Okay, I know it did me. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit quickly. I want to actually hit on is I remember, Trista and I both were nurses together, and I remember when we started this. I know, like, especially for those of you who are working full time, sometimes you're like, but I'm having a hard time getting my posts in. How do I do this? So really quickly, I want to kind of run you through when I was working full time. This is what I did. Okay. This is what I did. I would wake up 10 minutes or so before I had to get in the shower. I know, guys, 10 minutes, but you can do it. I promise. I would get up about 10 minutes before I had to get in the shower, and I would make a post. Okay. So it usually was something like, have a great day, something really positive. Okay. Pinterest has amazing quotes and really awesome pictures. Okay. That's where I get a lot of stuff. So if you see a quote of mine or some like really cool beachy thing with some awesome quote, I didn't create it. I got it off of Pinterest. Okay. So that's usually what I would do first thing in the morning. Okay. Then, you guys, it's all about just using your time wisely. Okay. So then I would go and I would take my kids. I dropped them both off at their separate schools. And then while I was waiting in line to drop off my son, so at the second school, I would make my first product post. Like Trista, it was usually me in the car drinking some greens. Okay. So it was pretty routinely I was talking about my greens or shake or something like that. Okay. And then I would get to work, do my thing. Lunchtime. Okay. I would make another post. A lot of times that was, again, something unrelated to It Works because, we don't want to just spam everything. So it's something about my dog or my kids or just a funny meme I find, something, whatever. Lunch. People love to see your food. It's crazy. And then I would either, so like later in the afternoon, Trista and I were both really good at the potty break phone check. Okay. So if you can't have your phones out at work, like we could not, just kind of disappearing for a few minutes, could take a potty break, take your phone with you guys and make a post, later in the afternoon, go make a post in the bathroom. And then I would, like later in the evening, like I would, get home from nursing, drive home. And then usually, guys, before I walked in the door into my house, I would make another post because when I got home, I wanted to be mom mode, okay? I knew I was going to have to be making dinner. I wanted to spend time with my kids and all of those things. Hang on. Okay, I'll read those questions in a second. I get sidetracked. So because I knew that like for several hours, I just wanted to spend time with my family, okay? That's always number one. And then maybe sometimes right before bed, if I'm just watching TV or whatever, I would make another post. But here's the key to this, guys. If you have a super busy schedule, plan ahead. So at night before I would go to bed, in my notes on my phone, I would save some posts and some pictures, or even some ideas. Okay, I would save those in my phone in my notes section so that during the day, the next day, if I was on my lunch break or if I was in the bathroom or whatever, I didn't have to sit there and be like, oh my gosh, I need to get creative here. I've got like 15 seconds. I had already had something saved in my phone, okay? That was super fast and super easy thing to do before I would go to bed at night so that I was planning ahead for the next day so I wasn't scrambling because you never know what your day's gonna hold, okay? And if you're a nurse or a teacher, for sure, you get that, right? So anyway, pre-plan. Make it a priority, pre-plan, and you're good. Okay, hang on. All the posts that you do throughout the day, business post or a combo. Combo, for sure. You do not want to only post about it works, okay? Like Trista was saying, post about the things you've always posted about before, but you want to sprinkle it works in there. So for me, if you look at my Facebook page, you're going to see a lot of my kids. You're going to see a lot of my dog. And you're going to see, maybe some food pictures, some pictures of my parents. If I'm going shopping, probably me with one of my new Ray Dunn mugs. You're going to see one of those things. And then throughout the day, I'm going to put in at least one product post and at least one business post, okay? Here's something that I see happen sometimes, guys, because for those of you that are getting started and you're like, I'm so excited, I'm going to post like a mad woman. Do not post more than once an hour, okay? Do not, because your Facebook's going to just screw it all up anyway. No one's going to see anything. Okay. So preferably, guys, leave a few hours in between any post that you do. Even if it's something about my kids and then something about a product, I'm not posting more than once an hour. Okay. You're just wasting your time because Facebook's funny like that. Yes. Quality over quantity. Faux show. Okay. Okay, so as far as kind of being you, and Trista hit on most of this about just kind of finding your brand, and this was something that I didn't really realize for a really long time. And all it boils down to is who are you and what do you want to put out about you? Like Trista was saying, for her, she talks a lot about exercise and nutrition, For me, I talk a lot about my dog and my kids. I talk about, wanting to do things for my parents. I talk about me being a hot mess mom with bedhead in the car rider line. I talk about how, that's me. Okay. I'm the like funny, kind of silly, stupid mom that loves her kids and loves her dog. That's my brand. Okay. People who follow me know that that's what I'm all about. Right. So what is it that, what is you, what is it what are you? What are you putting out there? I think it's important to kind of follow the lead of leaders and kind of see how they post, but not to try to imitate anybody else, because that's never going to go well for you. You be you and, be genuine in you. I love to make fun of myself. I love stupid humor, and I put things out like that. So what are you and what are you going to put out that's you? And that will help you once you figure that out. And I encourage you to, maybe write down 3 to 5 things that are characteristic of you. If somebody was like, okay, Jessica Harsha, what comes to mind? What would be 3 to 5 things that would come to my mind, okay, about me that I know that are just, yep, that's me for sure. That would help kind of come up with those filler posts, okay? So those it works posts, okay? So for me, like I said, kids, dog, stupid humor, making fun of myself, car rider line, bedhead, that's me, okay? So that will help you come up with those posts that are the non-it works posts. Okay. So just find out who that is. You know, who do you want to portray? Okay. Let's skip it over to Deidre out in California. She's going to talk to us. So this is what I love. Number one, she's one of my favorite people on the face of the earth. Like, I just love her so much. But she is very, and I want you to actually talk a little bit about posting about you too, because she has like a nutrition background. She's super into herbs and nutrition and stuff. And she posts a ton about that. And she's super good at that. So I want you to talk a little bit about that. But also something really cool about her, guys, was she went from a non-existent social media, you know, she wasn't even on Facebook. When she and I connected, she didn't even have a Facebook page. Okay. So she's going to talk to you about how over the last, how long have you been with us?
Like 9 months.
Not even a year yet?
Mm-mm.
Dang, I feel like you've been in my life forever. So anyway, she's going to talk to us about how over the last 9 months she's been growing that network. So go for it.
Hi guys. So like Jess said, I did not have Facebook. Actually, I remember when I signed up to be a distributor with her last summer, she was like, okay, so find me on Facebook and I'll do this group. I'm like, I don't have a Facebook. She's like, you need a Facebook. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'll get a Facebook. It's my daughter in the background, by the way. So I got a Facebook, and at first I was kind of lost because the people that, you know, knew me, I suppose, were 2,400 miles away from me, and I hadn't seen in 17 years from high school, you know, because like Jess said, lots of people are like Facebook stalkers, which I didn't even know what that meant because I didn't have Facebook, and quite frankly, I could care less. I'm just not that kind of person. I do like to share though, and I do like to help people. So my tip for you for building your network, I'll get into how to build it, but take a step back and think about what you're doing. So you're trying to grow a business. You're not just trying to get the number of friends on your page up. So just like in real life, when you meet someone, do you just go up to them and stare at them? No, absolutely not. You do not. So for me, I'm trying to build relationships because in addition to not having Facebook or social media before I started this, I also live in a town where until 3 months ago, our town, the entire city, didn't have Wi-Fi. It wasn't an option. It was not available. I live in a canyon in the mountain. I also have one stoplight in my town and less than 2,000 people. The nearest town with Wi-Fi is up the mountain 10 miles away from me. The 10 miles once I get out of the canyon. So this was just like, okay, here we go. Let's do this. So I found that it's more important to build relationships than have more friends. So I take the time. I'm really busy now with my other ventures of life and, you know, health-related, nutrition-related businesses that I have on the side as well. So I was doing this more often, but now I make sure I do it at least twice a week. I go through after I get friends, after people are my friends, and I send them a message like, hey, thanks so much for the ad and connection. You know, I'm really looking forward to connecting with you. I hope that my page inspires you. For me, I'm super passionate about food and health and nutrition and like a holistic lifestyle in general. So I tell them that. Like, hey, you know, my page is going to have this stuff on it. I hope it inspires you. And also, I always have all natural products for every walk of life if you're looking for a holistic, you know, approach to getting better. So I think that's really important. And maybe that's not for everyone, but I find that it's definitely easier to get people to want to know more about the product when you're in their face. So I want to build relationships with people around me. So how do I do that? Well, I don't just go and be friends with someone. So this is how I started my journey from 0 friends to 800 plus friends that I actually connect with. It's not just in the background where I'm like, oh yeah, I got these people. I actually have relationships with these people. Like people want to spend time with me and I'm like, oh, sorry, I can't right now because I have 800 new friends. So first thing I did when I moved to a small town, up the hill from me, I knew a business owner. I knew someone that owned a cafe, so I went to their page, and anybody that I was friends with who had a mutual friend with them, be my friend, be my friend, be my friend, be my friend. So find someone that owns a business, someone that's in the Chamber of Commerce, someone that works at a local college, someone that works at the library. Find someone that also has a networking job, but they're getting locals, so that when you are friending people, there's a chance that you might actually meet this person and be able to go have coffee with them. Because you're not going to grow your business sitting behind a computer. I mean, maybe you will. I'm not, for sure. It doesn't work that way in my life. So go out and make sure that when you're friending people, I mean, it's kind of hard to know what, the person is or who they are, but I quickly go through and look on their page. And if all they're talking about is how they hate Trump, or they're like negative on their page, well, I probably have nothing to offer them, because they need a lot more help than I can give them. So I do a little browse through, but I think the most important thing, like I said, is making sure that you are being specific on who you're being friends with. Like, are these people, is there a chance you're going to meet them? Do you have things in common with them? Are they in your local community? Like, that's an easy way to get to know people, is like, for instance, I'm friends with the lady of Chamber of Commerce not in my town, we don't have one of those, but down the mountain for me in the desert, like in Palm Springs. So I've become friends with this lady. Like, I know her, I've actually met her. And so now her posts, she's always posting, always posting community activities or events. So then I say I'm interested in those, even if I'm not interested, because what's that going to do? Every time somebody else is interested, they're going to be like, hey, Billy Joe is interested in that too. And then I go look at Billy Joe, and guess what? Billy Joe lives by me. Let's be friends. So it's all about meeting people around you that you can connect with, because as I'm like super optimistic. I didn't even think like, oh, the products are fake, or, oh, I'm not going to make money. I was like, sign me up. I don't even know you. I didn't even know Jess. I'd never even met her. I'm thousands of miles away from her. So you definitely want to be, like I said, be picky about who you choose to be friends with, and do it strategically. Like I said, with the Chamber of Commerce lady, I've met so many people through, her name's Katie, by the way. Sorry, I'm like lady. I've met so many people, and I know about so many more events that are going on, like for my family, for my daughter, where I'm going to meet people, where I may have a chance to do a vendor event, or I may have a chance to, I don't know, meet someone that also needs some money. Let me just check my notes here, make sure I'm not forgetting anything about that.
I love that, because she's using, so many people feel more comfortable talking to people face to face, right? Or, like she said, getting in front of somebody. That's so huge. Are those real relationships? But using social media to help you meet those people. If face to face is what is your jam, then using social media to connect. Like, oh my gosh, we both love this coffee shop. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's so much easier.
Smart. Like, it's so smart.
It's so much easier. I mean, I went from not knowing a single person to, like I said, people like want to hang out with me and my cool kid all the time because we're drinking greens and got keto coffee.
Right.
I mean, it's bananas. It's helped me, personally meet people and be able to help people. And more so, you're going to get so much more business just from word of mouth. So when I'm talking to these people, I'm not like, hey, you should be a product tester, because I'm more laid back than that. But I do tell them, like, I kind of share experiences that my family had, because I have a huge family and they're all about the It Works too. So I'll be like, yeah, oh, these greens are amazing. And you'd be surprised, people have blood sugar. Okay. People have blood sugar and cholesterol problems. So I share with them that, my aunt's been on greens for less than a year. Her cholesterol dropped 100 points. 100 points. So I just share with them, rather than like kind of trying to sell the product. I just talk about like personal experiences. And then they're, I'd say 7 out of 10 times they're like, oh my God, my mom's cholesterol is terrible. Or my friend was like, oh, you use something under your eyes? My mom needs that stuff under her eyes. So it's definitely by word of mouth that you're going to get more business and you're going to grow your business, not just grow your friends. Because if you're not building relationships with these people, it's just not going to happen. You have to build a relationship. I know that Facebook is used more than Instagram, but I actually find that it's easier to search on Instagram to build my my network. So Instagram is more kind of like, what's it look like? So when you go to my Instagram page, it's pretty, it's like, it's pretty on point, if you will. Like, it's positive, you know, it's just all, it matches and looks great or whatever. So that when I meet someone on Instagram and I want them to be my friend, when they come look at it, their first little blog, like the first 9 pictures, they can see who I am. There's something about food. There's something about nutrition. My daughter, always being outside. We are always outside, so there's always nature pictures. I try not to do too much about food because I don't know, everyone, you know, it's just, there's so many food pictures out there and I don't have a great camera, or I have crappy lighting, even worse, in my house. But with Instagram, it's super awesome because 2 things. You can search geotags. So like, for instance, for me, I have a 2-year-old who were pretty active, and I have met, no joke, I've met 3 of our 5 friends from searching geotags on Instagram. Like, I have no friends, I'm searching local parks, but hey, it works, okay? So if you go into Instagram and you go to the search page, you can search places or locations, maybe it says. So like, put in there like a local park by you, a local coffee shop, a library. You can sometimes even put like a business name or an event, or like a business. Like by me, Cactus Mart is a super popular, I live in the desert, it's a super popular store, and tons of people come from out of state or from LA to go there because it's like a cool, posh, trendy place. So I am constantly searching on the location for that, because by searching for local things, I'm going to meet local people, you know, and that's how it goes. Like I'm posting kind of like, I guess I'm throwing fits, like What a Fit, but I do yoga, so I'm doing them with local people. Oh my God, just from searching these posts and like telling people about it, I sell out of these events within a day. And I mean, it's bananas, but people can go to my page and they can see that I'm genuinely into this. I'm into the products, I'm into health, I'm into wellness, so they can see me. And like the girl said, you really have to brand yourself. So I know that it's hard. It was not easy for me, and I have a marketing background, but to get like the lighting similar on your pages, all that will come with time. But the quicker you kind of find a brand for yourself, so like, what do you like to do? What do you want to share? Think about your pages as when you're making these new friends, except there's no quotes, they're really your friends. So your page should be like you're talking to a friend. When you're posting something, it should just be like you're telling someone you're excited and you're telling them about it. I'll be typing something and I think about it and I'm like, no, wait, hold on. How would I tell my best friend in Florida about this? Because that's how I need to share it with everyone else. I need to like be real. Like, I'm pretty, I'm a dork and I'm pretty educated, so I have super proper grammar, but I don't talk like that. I talk like I'm like half hood rat sometimes. It's funny. It's funnier that way. So I started typing like that, and I swear people are like, that's my girl. That's my girl. So you just have to be real and like strategically use your time strategically. I guarantee you, if you go on Facebook and you search a business owner or a chamber of commerce, and for 15 minutes you add people, the next morning you're going to wake up, you're going to have like 25 new friends. And then from those 25 new friends, 5,000. So just be strategic about it. And like I said, it doesn't hurt to say, hey, how are you to people. People like that because no one else does that. Who messages you when you're their friend? Nobody. So take that extra step and be like, hey, thanks for the ad. You know, I've got amazing all natural products. I love life. If you need any inspiration, check out my page. It's super simple. I think that's, oh, and then one more thing about so I'm kind of an Instagram, my kid's about to lose it back here. I'm like kind of an Instagram junkie. I mean, I find more people on there than I do Facebook. So this new thing that Allison Wilbur, or I always call her that, Billy, she shared a couple weeks ago. Okay, so I'm going to go, I'll show you right now. So, oh, you can't see, son of a, okay, well, nope, negative. Okay, on on Instagram, under the picture to the right, there's a little thing that looks like a flag. if you push that button like this is a picture of like a local mom who I haven't met yet, but we're going to. She's going to want to hang with me. There's a little, it looks like a flag. You can push that and it will say save. So now whenever I meet or find a new friend on Instagram, and I don't forget, because I can't really keep track of it all. I've saved it to a collection called Desert Moms. So then whenever I want to have like a sip and sample, or I want to have like a mom and me event, I go right to the little collection and I let them know, come on over. So it's helping you stay organized and stock easier. Yeah, because you can't keep up with everybody. So you got to minimalize who you're stalking at once.
Oh my God. So I love you. I just can't with you. You're just so freaking funny. I love you so much. I love you so much.
And I'm always so serious and people always find it funny.
I think it's amazing.
So I think that's kind of in a nutshell how to grow your network. I mean, if anyone has questions, but just do it strategically. And I guess, I mean, there's really no wrong or right way. But like I said, I think that if you are meeting people in your community, I mean, why not, right? Yeah. I know a girl on my team was like, well, I don't really talk to people. And so I don't really know. Well, if you want to run a business, you're going to have to open your mouth. Yeah, okay? Sure. You're going to have to talk to people. You're going to have to be nice. You're going to have to share. I mean, yep. I blitzed someone the other day. The lady at the post office was griping to me about not feeling good. You know what I did the next day? Took her a Blitz card and greens. Straight up. And I tried to be all like, so I know you said you were feeling good. I don't know if you know about It Works. She's like, no, I've never heard of it. I'm like, perfect. I'm just reeling them in.
I love it. I love you so much. And she's oh, sorry. Hang on. But she's exactly right. It's just about like talking, and it's about relationship building. That's what this business is all about. It's about building new relationships with people, online, offline, however you're doing this. I know for me, when I started adding my mom's friends as my Facebook friends. And then like I had a whole bunch of my mom's friends as customers. And then, you know, like I would kind of go through like friends and family that I knew weren't going to be part of this business, and then like adding them as friends. So again, it's expanding that network. Another thing that you can do to kind of widen that is if you can tag your significant other, or sometimes I'll even tag my mom on some posts, because again, you know, like my husband is friends with people that I'm not friends with. So by tagging him on my posts, it's gotten me multiple loyal customers and multiple new teammates just simply by doing that. But I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that, Deidre. I love you so much. You're amazing. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Trista's going to talk real quick about, have you guys heard about Host a Post? We've been talking about that a lot lately. So I've had a lot of questions like, what the heck is a Host a Post? What the heck are you talking about? So Trista's going to talk to us about what that means and how to do that.
Okay, you guys. So Host a Post is incredible. It's a great way to get customers, and it's a great way to add to your network. So what Host a Post is, it just means that you have somebody else that is not involved in the business make a post on their wall about, it can be about the business, but most people do it about product. But they'll just post maybe a cleanse or a thermofit, or now like we do keto coffee. We've had great response from a keto coffee Host a Post. But they make a post and they just tag you in it. So they say like, hey, my friend Trista is looking for 5 people to try this weight loss coffee for 90 days. Give their honest review. Comment below if interested. That's it. They just have to tag you in it. And then what you're going to do is if anybody likes or comments on it, you're going to, so if somebody comments, you add them as a friend. Number 1, add them as a friend. And then I will say, like, under it, I'll comment, I'll reply back to them. Hey, I sent you a friend request. I'll message you as soon as you accept it. I don't send the message until they accept my friend request. 1, because I want to make sure that I actually get them into my network. But 2, a lot of times they won't actually get the message unless you guys are friends. It'll go to their other folder. It'll get lost. So I always comment back like, hey, I can't wait to connect with you. Like, I just sent you a friend request. So how do you find people that would be willing? Honestly, you guys, like, just ask for favors. If you have friends or family who aren't interested in the business at all, but they would be willing to do you a favor, just be like, hey, will you just do me a favor and pop this post on your wall for me? Some people will offer products. So if I have somebody who I've been talking to about product for a long time, I know they want hair, skin, and nails, but they can't afford it. I will tell them, like, hey, I know you've wanted to try this. If you will host a post for me, I'll send you the post. All you have to do is copy and paste it. If I get a couple customers, I will send you a free hair, skin, and nails. You do not have to offer free product, but you can if you want to. But it is one of the best ways to get customers and get and to add to your network. It honestly, like, I feel like a lot of times, sometimes, like, people will do one and they'll be like, well, I didn't get anything from it. You guys, if you keep doing it, you will get new leads. I can promise you that. And two, like, you never know. I've had people who put a post on their wall for me and they get 5 or 6 people interested. And that's a great way for me to be like, hey, I am more than happy to enroll these people, but you would already have your first 4 customers. I can enroll them under me, or we can get you going, and you can get $100 in free product as soon as I get them signed up. What do you think? Are you interested in making some money? So it's a great way to, I've signed distributors off Host to Post just because they had 5 or 6 people that were interested in whatever product that we were talking about. So Host to Post is one of the best things you can do for your business. I know like Lindsay Hewlin's a boss at it. She does it all the time, and she signs a ton of customers from it. So don't be afraid to just ask people to do you a favor. Like, hey, will you just pop a post? It's simple, you guys. You send them the post. There are a ton of samples in the team pages. If you just go to the Diamond Dreams and search Host to Post, a ton of them will come up. So or you can make up your own if there's one you're looking for that we don't have, but it just simply means you have somebody else make a post for you. They tag you in it, and then you can interact with anybody who's interested.
Yes, I love it. And I've had great success with that too. And same thing with Trista. I've gotten distributors from that for that same reason. Like, I'll take these people gladly, but these could be your customers. I love it. It's so smart. And I mean, ask, your mom or your mother-in-law or your sister-in-law, or if you have somebody, guys, that you really are like, oh, like she would be probably really good at this business. A great way to kind of get in there a little bit is ask them to host a post for you. And like Trista said, if they get a couple people commenting of, yeah, send me info, or yeah, I'm interested, it's a great excuse for you to be like, okay, girl, I already think that you would be really good at this, but you already have some interest. These could be your first couple of customers. What do you think? Like, are you interested in making some extra money? That's a great way to talk to them about the business. I love that. And something too that Deidre had talked about, and I was going to say with, let's say reverse of what she was talking about. Let's say you are maybe at your daughter's soccer game. Maybe you're at school one day and you meet a cool mom or a dad that's super into, I don't know, you just think he's cool, or whatever. And you are like maybe talking to them about the business, maybe talking to them about the products, or maybe you don't even have that conversation yet, but in your gut, you guys always go with your gut in this business, and your gut is saying like, yeah, I need them on my team, or yes, like I need to connect with them somehow. Get them on social media. Like for me, I know that that's my strong suit. I know that if I can get somebody as a friend and I can let them follow me, I'm confident in the fact that if they follow me long enough, they're going to be interested in what I'm doing, right? So if you meet somebody and you're not connected with them on social media, add them on Facebook. A lot of times that's kind of how I will blitz, if I'm talking to a waitress or a checkout lady at Target or whatever, and we're kind of talking, I will a lot of times say, hey, are you on Facebook by any chance? And if they're like, yeah, I am. Like, awesome. Like, I'm going to send you a friend request. And I'll hand them your phone, let them type in their name, send them a friend request right then and there. That now you have a friend on social media. And again, they can continue to watch you and watch your journey. So that's an awesome way to kind of just reverse that role as well. Somebody had asked how to get started with live videos. I would say, you can start out with something non-It Works related if you want to. Maybe it's recording, a kid's soccer game, or maybe it is a birthday party, or maybe it's just your kids running around having fun, maybe whatever it is, a concert, it doesn't matter. But I will say, like Trista was saying, I completely agree. If you will go live about a product, more often than not, you're going to get a customer from it. I know that I do. I know that Trista does. And same thing with the business. Here's the thing. I am somebody, guys, that almost 3 years in, I still am a nervous Nelly. I get nervous hopping on a Zoom. I get nervous going live. I'm terrified when I get up and talk to a room of people, but I still do it. Why? Because I know what I have can impact people's lives. Okay. I know what I have people need. So it's not about me. It's about what I have and what I can offer people. So you got to just take like 10 seconds and just do it. But what I will say is that if I'm going to do a live video, let's say I'm going to do a live video about fat fighters. Fat fighters are an awesome live video to do. You can do the demo. You can do the vegetable oil and the crushed up fat fighters and show it live on a video, and people go crazy for it. But no matter what it is, pick something, pick your favorite, and then make yourself some notes. That's totally fine. Nobody expects you to be an expert. They just expect you to be happy about what you have, okay? So like jot down a couple notes, and then just for me, that's what I do, because when I get nervous, I get flustered and then I forget what I was going to say. So jot down a couple key points that you want to make sure that you cover in your live video, and then just do it. Just jump on and do it. And I promise you, once you get that first one done, you're like, that wasn't so bad. That wasn't bad at all. Another thing, if you're getting on to do your first live video, let your teammates know, because we will get on and we will support you. We will give you all sorts of hearts and all sorts of love and all sorts of comments, and it will calm you down and make you feel good. So if you're going to go live, especially if you're not comfortable doing it, let your teammates know, post it in the team pages. We will get on and give you some lovin's. But yes, like she said, live videos they're awesome. They're super duper duper awesome. Okay. Anybody questions so far? We have one more thing to cover, really, and then we'll answer a couple questions, or whoever has any, and then we'll be done. So let's talk about these Facebook and Instagram stories. Okay, we talk a lot about stories, and you guys, I'm not very tech savvy. I'll just be honest with you. Like it's a miracle that I'm where I'm at. Let's just be honest, because I'm not very good at any of this stuff. I'm good at posting. I got that down. But then when the stories came out, I was like, what? I was so confused by what the heck you do on a Facebook or Instagram story. It baffled me. Okay. Now I love it. Super fun. But Deidre's going to talk to us a little bit about how to do that. Again, she kind of uses this, and what I like how she uses her stories is she uses the stories to kind of show her who she is. She talks a ton about nutrition and all of that stuff in the stories, but it's a great way to talk about products in the business too. So she's going to tell you how that works. Go ahead, girl.
All right. So for the story, I think it's easiest for me to explain that my use of the story is that I want my Instagram page to be super pretty. So I don't fill it up with lots of before and afters, because that doesn't seem to go over very well. I don't know why for me. So I like to post my before and afters in my story. And then what goes right hand in hand with posting the before and after is then putting a poll on that before and after. So it's like, hey, who needs an all natural way to get ready for bikini season? And it's like me is one, and then like tell me more. Never ever on the polls don't say no. Give them like two positive options, like oh heck yes, and then tell me more is the other one instead of like no. But I did notice this. So I have a background in marketing and graphic design. So I noticed that don't use pixelated pictures, people. I mean, if it's not appealing to your eye, someone's going to know that you stole that from someone else, from someone else, from someone else, from someone else. Like, it's not real. It doesn't have like a connection to you. Post things that, not like you have to know the person, but it should be a quality photo that you don't see on everyone else's page. And an easy way to make things, because the ratio of the story is different than the ratio of an actual post. The post is a square, and you can make it a 4x3 or 3x4 or whatnot. But the story is like your whole phone size. So Lots of things are square, like the before and afters are always square. So when you try to put them in your story, they get squished and you can't see the whole thing. Same thing like when you try to put them in your Instagram post, it will get squished because it's not the same size. So if you go to your phone, let's say in my phone, I have a photo album of like It Works things, mostly before and afters, but sometimes they're like memes that I find or whatnot. So I go to my It Works folder and I find the before and after that I want to use for this post. Take a screenshot of it, because when you screenshot it, it's then the whole size of your camera. So it's not going to get distorted. It will be like, for me, I have an Android, so I don't know what an iPhone does. But for me, it just puts black behind the picture. So it looks like, whatever. It looks like a black background. And then since you have that before and after all nice and neat, centered, and now it's not distorted, and you have black on top of it, then you can write on top of it. Like my favorite thing to say is like, keep it simple. Like for the wraps, people always want to think that it's a water retention. So I always say like detox, tighten, refresh. Like use like descriptive words, not like lose weight. Because a lot of people don't want to, they don't want to admit they have to lose weight. They don't want to talk about losing weight. They don't want to have to come to me to talk about losing weight. It's not a fun subject. So talk about how it works. It detoxes, refreshes, tightens. But definitely for the stories, if you think about it, which, you should think about it. If you go to put it in your story and it doesn't fit, don't use it, because you want people to stop. And if they can't see it, they're not going to stop. They're going to keep pushing. So I think the stories are great to use, testimonials too, because like I've been reaching out to my customers and asking them, okay, hey, so I know you're using the greens. Do you notice a difference? And every time they always say something and they type it back. So rather than making that a post, I put that, I'll take a screenshot of that conversation and I'll put that in my story. Maybe before it, I'll put a picture of the greens or a description of the greens. But I know for me, I don't know how many people are viewing my pictures. I know how many likes that I'm getting, but I can see the people that are looking at my Instagram story. You can see by pushing on the little buttons, their little faces pop up. And you can see in the corner, you can push it and you can see who is looking at your page or looking at it, right? So that is another way to build your network, because it's not all the time, but sometimes, my page is not private, so I get strangers that like my stuff, but it's a good way to interact with people with the polls. And then it's another way to reach out to people. Like, I don't know. I know that it feels weird reaching out to people, but we have amazing products. I can contest to anything behind like the holistic approach that they're doing with the all natural remedies that we use. So, it's amazing to share. My aunt had been trying to take blood pressure medicine for almost a year, having problem after problem after problem after problem. She takes greens now and it dropped 100 points. I can almost guarantee you it would drop 100 points with a pill that's not, doesn't work for you. So what we have to share is really, really helpful. And I guess the mentality that you need to have when you're sharing these things is not only be positive, but what if you could change someone's life? There's so many people that struggle with health problems that just need that like little push of like, I can do this. Yep. So for the stories, I try to post things throughout the day. Like I said, before and afters, testimonials. Not that they're not pretty, but I'm getting more views on there for sure. I can see that like 49 people viewed it, 59 people viewed it. So I'm going to go back and look at those people. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people that like my posts are just my cheerleaders. So no, I'm not going to message these people all the time. They're just people that are supporting what I'm doing and they're constantly liking my posts. I get that. But if there's someone that's new on my page, so let's say I see someone sees my shake post. I go to their page. I'm like, oh, great, they work out, but I don't see any posts about a shake or whatever. So I'm going to message them and be like, hey, I see you're working out. You're on that grind. You probably already use products, but would you want to take a look at the ones that I have to offer? They're all natural and I love them. So it's just an easy way to connect with people because you can see they saw what you're doing. Did I miss anything? Does that make?
Yeah, I love that. I love
it.
Thank you so much. And I love, and something that's cool if you're both on both Facebook and Instagram, change your settings so that if you post in your story on Instagram, it will carry over to your Facebook story. So you don't have to do both, right? So for me, like she said, making sure that you, if somebody comments on a poll that you put out there, and if somebody, is liking something on one of your polls, make sure you reach out to them and be like, hey, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. And just reach out to them and connect with them. That's a good way to kind of get in, ask somebody if they're interested in a product or maybe the business. But also, like she said, another thing I like about that is that you can specifically see who is watching your stories. And what I have found is that you will find over time that a lot of the same people are watching your story. Okay. So what that has done for me in my business is, okay, these same people consistently are watching my stories. I'm going to reach out and I'm going to be like, hey, have you thought about making some extra income? Or, usually on the stories, especially, I lead with that like business question, because I'm like, if they're watching me for a reason. They're intrigued at minimum. So that gives me an opportunity to reach out and be like, hey, have you ever thought about making some extra income? I'd love to tell you about what I do, kind of thing. So I think the stories have been a business changer for a lot of people, and I think they're fantastic. Any questions? And then Trista or Deidre, either one of you, do you have anything else you want to add before?
One thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know that blitzing is not ideal, it's not ideal, but I know that it's hard for people because it's always like, oh, I have to go up to this person. And now that I'm doing it a little more and I'm active with my daughter, I'm kind of getting in the thing where it doesn't even seem weird to me anymore. Like I had to order more blitz cards. Like what? So let me just show you really fast what I do. So I have this little bag that I take with me. It's in my purse. It's always in my purse. It's my blitz bag because I go to the park. I go do activities with my daughter. I go to the library, more so when we're at the park because there are lots of parks around me and we're always doing stuff, dog park, whatever. So let's say I'm at the park and I see this mom who's got some kids and they brought their own healthy snack. That's right. They're not eating goldfish crackers. Sorry. I'm a hater. They're eating like fruit and stuff. Okay. So I'm like, oh, hold on. Let me get my trusty bag out here. So I go over to them, and now instead of talking to them specifically about a product, I can be like, hey, so I see that you and your family have this active lifestyle. Would you be interested in checking out this free fitness app that my company has? I promote health and wellness. And now we have a new fitness app that you can use. It's perfect for your family. No one has ever been like, no, because I'm not trying to sell them something. I'm just trying to share about the business in general. So I have my little Blitz card here. Of course, all my information's written on the back, but more so, Stephanie Dunn, who's like black diamond, black. I don't even know what she is, but she wears like designer slippers. So she's doing something right. She taught me this on a post I saw. She was like, put a Post-it note on your Blitz cards. So that way when you're talking up a storm and you're rambling on, you don't let them leave without getting their information. Because if you just give this to somebody, they are not going to contact you. No. So you're wasting a Blitz card. So I keep this on here. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, that's right. In my bag, a pin, no problems for me. And I'm like, hey, are you on Facebook? And they're like, oh, yeah. I'm like, cool. Tell me your name. Write it down. I take the Post-it. They get the Blitz card. If I'm feeling really crazy, I also always carry a keto coffee and greens. That's right. Maybe they need one. And my daughter singing happy birthday. So it's just take the Blitz lightly. You don't have to, it's not like so awkward. You're just sharing with people. And maybe you don't go to the park and it doesn't work for you. But I find that when you're out like at a sporting event or, doing things with people around you, it's really easy to talk about the What Fit app because everybody wants recipes. Everybody wants to work out. Everybody wants to have things conveniently from their phone, and that's all there. So I say don't be afraid to blitz and just share about the company. You don't have to be like buy a product.
Yep. I love that. Hang on, we had a question. The app, it's the What the Fit. So how you do that is you can give your landing site, which would be like for me, like mine. So whatever your website is. So like for me, mine is jharsha.wtfitworks.com. Okay. So you could give that to anybody. Okay. So let's say yours is maybe, I don't know what your website is, but let's say it's emilylane.wtfitworks.com. And then it will prompt them to download the It Works Office app. Okay. And then they can join the movement is what it shows on there. So they can get the free recipes. They can get, it's like daily inspiration and workouts. They can do the spin the wheel to get daily, they can earn coins, fit coins. Okay. And they can actually cash in those fit coins for free products. And so can you. So if any of you guys on here have not done that, if you have not gone on your Office app and hit the like join the fit movement, make sure you do that. Because again, you can do the spin the wheel thing every single day, but also after you have like gone through that process of like saying like, yep, joined, I'm in. Then anytime you sign a loyal customer or sign a distributor, it doesn't have to be on the app. It can even just be on your website. Anytime that you do that, from that point on, you earn points. You earn those coins. Okay. So I actually just cashed in my coins for a Fit 30 pack. That's like $500 and some worth of products, guys, for free, completely free. So if you're not taking advantage of that, make sure that you do. Okay. And I love that. So like she was saying, like just talking to people, and like getting them on social media, get people on social media. If that's where your comfort zone is, like it is for me, like Deidre is so good in person, talking to people in front of people. I'm trying to be better at that, but I'll be honest with you. I am far more comfortable right here. That's me. Right. But when I'm talking to people, I have no problem getting them on social media because I know, like I said, I'm confident in the fact that if they follow me and follow my journey, they're going to see my excitement and love of this company. So if getting in person is if that makes you nervous talking to them about the products or the business, get them over onto social media and then do the work there if that's where your comfort zone is. So I love that tip. Christine, yours will just be, it's just the It Works Office app. If you should have the It Works Office app. It just says It Works Office. So how you give it to somebody else is you will send them your link. So which yours will be whatever your It Works, whatever it is that your website is. So like my website is jharsha.itworks.com. Okay. So if yours is christinefurman.itworks.com, then your landing site for that app would be, don't put www. Okay. So to just like, if let's say for argument's sake, yours is christinefurman.wtfitworks.com. So that would be your landing site that they would go to, and it will prompt them to download that It Works Office app. And then it'll walk them through that. Trista, am I missing anything on that? Is that correct? I'm unmuting you. Talk.
Yeah. So once you send them the link, your link, they can like say like join the movement, but they will log in as a guest. Like we log in using our ID number. They will log in as a guest through Facebook. If they do not have Facebook, they can't sign up for that until they actually become an LC.
They do not have to be an LC.
They do not have to be involved with It Works whatsoever. They don't have to be. Nope.
This is free for anybody. Free for anybody.
And it's a great way for people to kind of get a little taste of what It Works is all about, because they do get the free recipes. There's tons of keto stuff on there, but they don't have to be keto. The workouts are legit. They're freaking awesome. But it also, like, even if they're not customers, they can still spin the wheel daily and earn fit coins. So eventually they will, they can get free product as well. So
and what's cool too is if they went through your landing site there, like your link, there's an option on there to order. So they might go through and see all these recipes and do all these things and like check out products and stuff. So they may actually decide, like, it's a great way to get customers and get people interested that way, because they're automatically tied to you once you give them that site that's specifically yours. Now they're tied to you. So if they order off of that app, that's now your customer. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Any other questions, guys? Okay. So be you, right? Post every day, no matter what. Just do it. You just got to do it because you have to show your commitment, and that your business is open always. People will join the people. And I tell people all this time, but let's just make this analogy. So let's just say, here's me and here's Trista. Okay. I post about every once a week, every once in a while, but for sure when there's like a BOGO deal out. Okay, that's me. And then you have Trista over here who posts every day. She shows her life and how much she loves the products, that she's using the products. Without fail, you see her every day. Okay. Now, if you in your life are going through and all of a sudden you find out that you're going to lose your job, or you're going to lose your insurance, or something happens in your life and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to find a way to make some extra income. What are those girls I see on Facebook sometimes? Like, what's going to come to their mind? They have two options. Me, who's out there occasionally and just is kind of like half, wetting it. And then there's Trista that's out there every single day showing her love of this business. Who would you join? Hands down to be Trista. Hands down. So you have to be that person. Be Trista. Okay? Be a Trista. You want to be the person that when something happens in their life and you guys, something dramatic or significant happens in people's lives every 6 to 9 months, typically. Okay? So when that happens and they're looking for something more, you want to be a Trista. Okay? Does that make sense? Be a Trista. All right. Let's see. Do we put in distributor ID? For you, yes. Okay. So sorry, going back to the app. So if you are signing up for the first time through the It Works Office app, you enter your ID and your password, the same that are on your website, same way you enter on your website. For a guest that you give your site to, they're just going to go through like log in as guest is what they're going to go through. So they will not put in an ID or anything. But they're linked to you because you gave them your little link. Make sense? Check too, guys, if you search in Diamond Dreams or if you search in Boss Babes or any of the team pages, use those search functions because they're amazing. But in those team pages, if you search, What the Fit app or WTF, when those first came out, we did a ton of posts on how to use them. So you should find some really like specific directions on there if you forget or if you need some more help, or just message one of us and we'll walk you through it. Okay. So that is social media in a nutshell, guys. It's all about being you. It's about having fun and being excited and being consistent and just being present. Okay. That's really what it's all about. More often than not, we way overcomplicate things, right? We have it in our head that this is way more complicated than it needs to be, and it's really not. Let's have fun. Let's show the world how incredible It Works is, how amazing these products are, and what you're looking forward to. Talk about what you cannot wait for this to do, all right? Start posting about what you're going to put on your dream board. Start posting about those things that this opportunity is going to bring to your life and to your family's life. That's what people want to know, okay? So have fun with it. Just get out there and be present, and you are going to rock this. We really, really know that you will. If you ever need any guidance, if you need any help, if you need any, hey, how does this post look? Or oh my gosh, I want to post about this, but I can't find it anywhere, just ask. We are here to help you 100%. Okay. So lean on us. Get out there and just go with it. You can't mess this up. You're going to be amazing. And we're just happy. We're just super duper duper happy that you're here with us. And we hope you guys have a great night. Thank you guys so much for hopping on tonight. And again, if you have any questions, make sure you reach out to one of us. All right, guys. Good night.